All right, guys, welcome back into another PGA DFS video. Going to be going over the course preview for the Sony Open. Now, I'm recording this on Sunday, mid-afternoon, while this Century Tournament of Champions is currently going on. I'll go over this in a second here, kind of our rooting interest. But real quick, doing the highlight of the Sony Open. It's played at Waiʻalae Country Club. It's a par 70 course. Just over 7K yards there. It's a Seth Reiner course design, and this tournament has been hosted at this course really since 1965. So we really know what to look after here at this tournament. Last year's winner was Cameron Smith, who defeated Brendan Steele in a playoff. That was fun to see. Did play a little bit more difficult last year as well, and we'll touch on that here in a second. The winner of this event does get 500 points in FedEx Cup as well. All right, let's get into the breakdown here. Yeah, but first, got the 9 to 5 leaderboard going. So rooting interest here, we got Ryan Palmer and Colin Morikawa, who are both on the betting card, and then Harris English as well, who is a high exposure play and in the main build. So if one of those three go on and win, which it's looking like they should, it's going to be a good week for 9 to 5. So I'm really excited for that. Would love to see Joaquin Niemann and kind of Justin Thomas have a little bit better Sunday push as well. That's going to be a really solid week for 9 to 5 there. But let's get into the course overview here for the Sony Open. All right, so I got this pulled up on the 9 to 5 Sports page as well. We're going to type in Sony Open. Just kind of get the basic breakdown and then dive into the key stats for this week. So yeah, we already touched on, the basic breakdown is Bermuda grass greens. It is a full tournament field event, which is nice. It's going to be a little bit different pace from the Century Tournament Champions. I always appreciate a full tournament field event a lot more than I do a cut event there. Last year's weather actually did really affect the tournament. We saw those bad weather there. Got pretty windy, so we saw it really affect the winning score and the cut line. The cut line was over par, and it kind of really skews the data here a little bit, because on normal years the cut line's right around -2 to -3, where last year it really was a little bit more difficult, and that can happen again. It can get windy again. The course is already a little bit more tight, so if it does get windy, that can mean that this course is going to play a little bit harder, which is kind of surprising for a shorter course here. And then just kind of looking at it, we can see here, very solid. But let's get into kind of a bigger breakdown of this tournament. So we already have it sorted out. We can see kind of which are the key stats. So we're going to just sort it by top 25, and then we'll go down into top 10 there, and we can sort it by year as well to see kind of the difference. So got it set to top 25 here, and really what I'm looking for is just to see which stats are kind of really popping to me, so which stats we can go off for our key stats for this week. So we can see there, ball striking definitely going to be a key stat. You're going to need to be able to strike the ball well here. That could come into play just because, one, you're not hitting it off the tee as much with your driver, and two, it does get a little bit more windy here. We do see that birdie to bogey ratio is going to be a key stat here as well. It's looking like strokes gained approach, strokes gained tee to green, and then also strokes gained putting. Let's dive it down a little bit into the top 10 though, see if that changes at all. Okay, so no, that really just kind of highlights really what we want to be looking at. So yeah, birdie to bogey ratio, we're going to be looking at that for sure. Strokes gained putting, strokes gained approach, strokes gained tee to green, and then definitely ball striking as well. So yeah, those are going to be the key stats that we're looking at here, and we can kind of see graphically as well that, yeah, these ones really do stand out in terms of top end finishes there at this event. Let's just look at it by last year as well, just to see. So pull up 2020's data to see if it's a little bit different, just because it did play a little bit more windy. No, not a huge difference there. Yeah, not a big difference. So all the key stats that we thought we'd be looking at, we're going to be looking at again. The only difference is that, ball striking and total driving, those were a little bit more evened out. Driving distance did matter a little bit more last year than in other years, probably just because of that wind factor where, if you're just a little bit closer on your approach shots, that was going to help you out a lot more than in other years. So let's just look at 2019 in comparison to 2020 there, just to see the difference. So yeah, that gets much more back into the basis, or a basic breakdown of what we saw just based on the key stats through the last 4 years. But if it does get a little bit windy, we can come back into this data sheet and see that maybe we're looking more at driving distance than we typically would be. But we know just based on this that we can easily see that we're going to be looking at stroke gain tee to green rather than stroke gain off the tee. We're going to be looking at stroke gain approach, stroke gain putting, and then we're going to be looking at birdie to bogey ratio, and then also ball striking. So that is the basic course breakdown here for you guys. I'm going to be doing these videos weekly on Sunday while the other tournament is going on here for you guys. I'm excited to get this content out to you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe. I do appreciate that. Let's have a good Sony Open. Happy to have a full tournament field event. Definitely make sure to check out the core plays video that we'll be posting on Tuesday. We also will be doing the basic breakdown video on Monday, covering the whole event as well. All right, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like and subscribe. Do appreciate that. And as always, let us keep cashing, guys. All right.